This content is made for adult collectors. If you're under the age of 18, get the heck out of here.
Hello guys, I'm S3D and this is going to be another review of the Bandai Robot Damashi or the Robot Spirits Side MS. This one is number 209. This is the ol'GM 79, the gym version anime. Anime stands for Action, New, Imagination, Memory, Emotion of the First Generation. And this figure was released in 2016, made in China. So this figure you can actually get for around $32 US plus tax. So I think that's the cheapest you can get it. I know a lot of Hobby Town, when they were going out of business, they were selling these for like $15. So yeah, it's this is a bargain if you can find it for $15. So anyway, this is an action figure. And let's go ahead and take a look at the back of the box. Right here, so we have a bunch of pictures of the gym. This guy actually has really good articulation and is recommended for ages 15 and up in Japan and also in the US. So this is not a toy for children. This is an item for adult collectors. Now, the price on these figures can go all the way up to $60. So yeah, like I said, if you can find it for $15, if you happen to have a Hobby Town that have these in stock that were going out of business, you can snatch one up for 15 bucks or even less. So that's a crazy deal right there. I think some Barnes and Nobles carry some of the Robot Damashi figures, and you know, if you can take advantage of their 65% off, you can get like your usual $50 figure for like 25 bucks. Or less. So anyway, here we have the instruction sheet right here. Yeah, so basically the ol'GM 79 is basically the RX 78 recolor with a different head and some modification to the armor. Yeah, it's this figure is based on the RX 78, the Gundam. So you have a lot of similarities right there. And yeah, even have that backpack with that peg hole. This peg hole allows it to work with the Robot Damashi version anime white base hanger deck. You know, that little cradle that holds the mobile suit. This thing can actually connect to that peg hole. So that's pretty cool. Again, this one, since it's a mass-produced grunt suit, it only has one beam saber, unlike the Gundam. The backpack, I think, is exactly the same as the Gundam. Comes with all these effect parts. Even got the same bazooka as a Gundam. Just this time it's in all gray instead of the multiple color scheme. And you also have the shield that's somewhat similar. I think it's the same shield as the Grandpa. So yeah, this right here allows you to connect the beam rifle. And the beam rifle, you can attach the effect part, which is included. They also mentioned that this piece right here is delicate, so be very careful when you're inserting that. Same with all the thruster effect parts. And now this one also comes with the effect part. If you have Char Zagok, basically you can create a scene. If you have the parts from the Char Zagok, you remove the chest piece, and you attach this effect part to the back, the Zagok's claw, and then you attach the Zagok's arm into the chest of the gym, and then you can create this scene where Shark heals one of the pilot for the gym. I forgot his name, but yeah, that's this is a very iconic thing in original Gundam anime. So there we go. I also have two beam saber hilts. You got the long one and the short one, and you get the multiple hand option. So very cool. A couple things you can do with the shield as well. So I'll show you guys that. So I decided to get this figure because, well, thanks to people who donated to my PayPal account as a Christmas present. I got like $28 from donations, so I decided to use that money to pick up this guy. So thank you guys very much for that. So I consider this a Christmas present from my viewers, even though the channel is the YouTube aspect is pretty much dead at this point. I don't know if it's ever gonna come back. YouTube is actually screwing with me. So apparently, I don't know why. They just don't like me for some reason, or maybe one of the employees or something have a grudge against me. Who knows? All right, so where do we start? Okay, well, first off, we have these usual option handset, which are the same as the Zaku's, believe it or not. Yeah, these are actually exactly the same hands as you would expect from the Zaku's. So I'm actually very surprised to see the Xeon and Federation share the same hand options. And this is nothing new. This we seen already many times, even with my Xeon kits. And these effect part we also seen many times. So really not much to talk about here. I mean, with the Federation, you just get the blue one, while the Xeon gets like the orange one. So, and yeah, we have the Beam Saber effect parts, which I'm gonna use. The Beam Saber heals, which I'm gonna use a Beam Saber effect part to remove. So we got the long one and the short one, and then we also have the firing effect part. This is for the beam spray gun. Oops. And this is for the Beam Saber. Same here. This is also for the Beam Saber. Now, one reason I picked up this figure is because I was actually really disappointed with the Jimco District. I knew I should have got this one instead of the Jimco District. That figure was just terrible. I'm glad I got rid of it. I mean, it's not a bad figure per se. Just a lot of the engineering aspect, it's very questionable. And, honestly, that figure feels kind of cheap. So, but this guy doesn't feel cheap at all. I can already tell from like touching it that this is not gonna be like a cheaper feeling figure. In fact, it's heftier than the Jimco District type. So there we go. We got this. Well, actually, on the model kit, the HUC is like an off-white color. This one is kind of like a grayish, off-gray color or something. So that's actually really cool. And look at the visor right here. That is very beautiful. So yeah, the one thing I don't like about the Robot Damashi figure is that they had to print like, the main China thing on the back right here. This is very, very ugly. I wish they would have hide it like somewhere else. And I also don't like these pins right there. Some people say these things could rust, so just be careful with that. Yeah, of course, if you live in the area with high humidity, I think these can eventually rust out. So that could be a problem. All right, so where do we start? Of course, we have the option hand, 2 gripping hands. So I guess we're gonna start with the Beam Saber. I'm going to have him hold the long Beam Saber effect, the long Beam Saber hilt, and this gripping hand. Let's see. Let's go ahead and push through. I do have my hair dryer handy, just in case if I need it. There we go. So you can have the... remember, it's very delicate, so you don't want to ruin it. So there we go. We have the that. And then you can have that. I don't want to use this because, the straight Beam Saber effect we've seen so many times, especially back even when I was reviewing Gunpla. I mean, that's just something that almost nobody even cares about. So there we go. The short one goes on the backpack. You can put the long one on here, or you can put the shorter one. Doesn't matter. It's completely up to you. He has 2 options. Now we also have the Beam Spray Gun. Why do I keep dropping things today? So there we go. The Beam Spray Gun is very nice looking. The detail is pretty good. It's not highly detailed, but it's pretty good. And then we have the beam firing effect. So that looks pretty cool. It's very generic. Yeah, I wish he have come. Well, I mean, it's anime accurate. That's what they use anyway, in the anime. So, I think I'm gonna display this guy with the beam spray and the shield, just like you see there on the box. So I think this is like my choice of display. I have put this guy on eBay, but I'm actually really consider keeping this guy at this point because it doesn't seem too bad. Let's see, am I doing this wrong? Yeah, I think I'm doing this wrong. There we go. I think this is actually the beam saber holding hand. Yeah, I think that's actually the beam saber holding hand. I'm using the wrong hand for the beam sabers. No wonder it seems kind of difficult. I have to push it in somehow. Okay, well, that's that. So I'm gonna pop the beam spray gun. He's holding it with his left hand, which is kind of interesting. So there we go. And again, you know, these pegs on the wrists are delicate, so you want to be careful with that. This one does have a hinge too, so yeah, you can hinge that. There we go. Let's go ahead and pop this in very carefully. You want to slowly work it in there. There we go. So now it has the beam spray gun, and now we have the shield. So the shield is the same exact one as the Gymco District. You have the handle option. You can use the handle option, or you can use this option right here, which allows you to connect directly to the forearm, like that. So you can have the shield on the forearm like that, or you can have it holding it. And now this option also allows you to connect this to here, like that. So you can have the shield mounted on the back like so. So that's pretty cool. I think I'm just gonna have him hold it like this. Like that. And of course you can remove this if you want to. So there we go. That looks pretty generic. But hey, it works. It works. Just like on the box right there. Pretty cool. There we go. I think like that. There we go. Okay, so we look at most of the effect parts. We look at that thing. Oh, and we also have the connector here. So you can connect the beam spray gun to this piece right here via this hole right there. So yeah, you can have the beam spray gun stored on the shield if you want to. There we go. Put that in here. And on the back skirt, you have this piece that flips out. Okay. Seems like, okay, there we go. That, and you clip this right here, like so. And that allows you to clip the the bazooka on here, on the back. There we go. The bazooka really doesn't have any other special features. You know, it's just a bazooka with a handle. No removable magazines. Oh, okay, you got a handle right here. This one's just all gray. You know, there's no sights or anything. On the Gundam is white here on the tube. And then this part is gray. So, yeah, very generic. Okay, so let's go ahead and put these connectors back here. Put all the stuff back in storage. I guess we're gonna go over the effect parts a little bit for the thrusters and stuff like that, because I guess I didn't show you guys all the connection points in my Xeon reviews and stuff like that. So on the bottom of the feet, you have these ports, you know, so you can have like thrusting ports on the bottom of the feet. And on top of that, you also have these holes right here on the backpack. Of course, it's not going to work with the bazooka connector right there, like that. Go ahead and close this up. Plug that in right there carefully, because these are delicate. There's no articulation. It's not going to move up and down or anything like that. Yeah. So it's just right there. So now you have the GM, like flying through space, like that. Let's go ahead and put the bazooka away. And yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about articulations. Now the articulation on this guy is a lot better designed than the, well, in my personal opinion. Some people still think the Gym Code District type, the Gym Command, has good design, but I think the original Gym has the better design. So anyway, we have the toe hinge right here. So yeah, that works pretty well. You know, you just bend it forward like that. So that's good. That's definitely one up from the high grade model kit. We got the ankle armor, which is a separate piece right there. It's basically connected via this ball joint right here on the side. You can see that. Got the ankle pivot right there, or ankle rocker right there, and then you have the ball joint for the feet, which is very nice. And you get this double jointed knee, which, take a look at that. That is a very good engineering right there. It doesn't look bad, in my opinion. Some people think this looks very ugly, but I think it's okay because it's a freaking robot, right? And it's a fully functional double jointed knee. And now you got the thigh cut right here. That's fully functional as well. Just got to be a little bit careful with that. All right, and then you get the ball joint for the legs. Now you also have that hinge system, so you can swing the leg forward like that, so it can kick all the way up. Yeah, the front skirt is very articulated, so there we go. On the HUC, the whole front skirt is the model kit. The whole front skirt is static. So yeah, and then this one can swing forward too. So that's really nice. And on the back here, you got a peg hole for the action base. Not the action base, the Tamashi stage. Action base is for Gunpla. Now the hole here, it's a little bit bigger than the one on the Gunpla kit. So if you want to use like the Gunpla action base, you have to put some super glue or some paint on the connector to thicken it up. Yeah, just make sure you let it dry before you stick that thing on here. Otherwise, you're gonna super glue your figure onto the action base. Okay, so we talk about that. We have the waist articulation, which is pretty good. It does kind of clash with the front skirt a little bit. So, and then you got the ab crunch right there, which is pretty cool. And you can remove this panel here if you want to do that effect part. So that's pretty cool. Let's see, we have the shoulder gimmick. So just like the Gym Code District, but I think this one's a lot better because you don't get well, you do get kind of a weird gap right there. That's kind of weird, but yeah. But you can push that in if you're not going to use the gimmick. So basically, when you activate the gimmick, that pushes that out, and then there's a freaking gap. Very ugly looking gap if you're using the shoulder gimmick. So that kind of sucks. All right, so instead of the butterfly joint, this is what you get right here. So yeah, it's you know, I guess honestly it's not as well articulated as the Gym Code District, but I think this is okay for a basic gym. And then you get the ball joint here for the shoulder. Can rotate it 360. Arm can go perpendicular like that. Unfortunately, the shoulder armor is permanently attached to this shoulder part, so you can't really like raise it or anything like that. So this is as far as it's gonna go. You got the bicep swivel, you got the double jointed elbow, and then you also got the forearm swivel. Gone are that, you know, the Gym Code District type has that weird engineering thing where the forearm can, that doesn't really work. I think this is a better function right here. All right, and then you got the ball joint hinge for the hands right there. The neck is, I think it's a double ball joint, a ball joint in the chest, and a ball joint right here connected to this piece. And what's really cool is how you can raise the head up like that. So, I mean, this looks kind of weird, but hey, you can't do that with Gunpla, so. So that's pretty cool. All right, and yeah, for a basic grunt suit, that is pretty much it. I think this is a good deal if you can find it for around $35. Yeah, or I think you can also find the First Touch Grandpa. The First Touch 2500 Grandpa is only $24. So yeah, I guess between this and the Grandpa, if you don't have a Robot Damashi, definitely get the Grandpa first, the Gundam, and then get this guy if you want to get it. Yeah, I definitely think it's worth full retail. Even if you can't find a good deal on it, you know, even like 55 bucks is still worth it. I mean, with all the stuff that you get, I think it's a pretty decent deal for 55 bucks. But of course, if you can get it for cheaper, then by all means. Yeah, get more than one. 15 bucks, you should buy like 3 of them. It's like 30 bucks, maybe get 2. Yeah, but overall good figure. Yeah, and it's a retail release, so I definitely recommend picking this up. Yeah. At whatever price you can find it at. All right, good luck hunting for this guy. I think he's still available in most online retailers, like Hobby Link Japan and maybe some domestic retailers. Now I was selling this guy, but I don't think I want to sell it anymore. I think I kind of want to army build this guy. Want to get a couple of these to army build for my Federation army. So there we go. All right, so that's the review for the Robot Damashi Robot Spirits version anime gym. Thanks for watching.